Hello, lovelies. Welcome, welcome to Soulful Saturday. How is everyone today? Come on in. Let's get busy. How's my... This looks like it's going to fall out. There it is. It's Saturday. Hello, Trisha and Denise. Hello, hello. Come on in. How is everyone today? You ready for the 4th? Carla, hello. And Rebecca's here. So is Julie. Happy 4th of July. Diane, hello. Happy 4th. Hi, Martha. It's Soulful Saturday. And Carla's here. Gabrielle. Hello, Patricia. Did I miss somebody? And Kayla, I haven't seen you in a while. Diane is there. Good to see you. Hello, Pamela and Lucy. Good to see you all. Hello, hello. Come on in. Jillian, Marguerite, and there's Margot. Hello, hello. Are y'all doing something today? Hi, Angie and Shara. And there you go. It is the 4th, y'all. You got the Cows Company ready. Yes, you are worth it. That's good, Trisha. Heidi, hello. And there is my girl, Joanne. And Bev is in the house. Good to see you all. I love watching you all march in. It's like coffee clutch. Hello, Odette. Nice to see you. And so here we go. Away we go with the 4th of July. It is here. It is here. And I don't know, this is the first 4th of July that I've had here in Brevard. We almost been here for a whole year. Can you guys believe that? Do you remember the whole exodus from Boulder to Brevard? We only moved to cities with B names, by the way. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah. Jenny said, hail, hail, the gang's all here. Jenny's in the house. Listen, y'all, we are, let's see, where are we? We are, yes, we're waiting on one more IP address to drop off, and then we can turn the store back on. We're almost there. For all of you who are messaging me and saying, I can't order, I don't know what's going on, you probably didn't see my show. Probably I should have sent out an email. Oh well, now I think of it, right? Well, we turned the store off because we are moving from here to there. And by the way, today's lesson, if you will, about Soulful Saturday is just basically about changing the DNS in your life. And what I mean by DNS is when you are changing from servers, you have to point your website, which is basically pointing it from here and moving it over to there. That's what we're doing. We're changing our servers. We're trying to get faster because one of the problems that we've had over the last couple of years is that our servers have gone slowly, and it's, you figure out what it is and then you fix it. That's what we're doing. So for all of you who are part of our family of Dinner Answers members, it's going to go faster, which is really good because you know if you use it, that it's really frustrating when you have something that doesn't go fast. So that's good news. The other good news is on Monday, we are starting the sprint, and you're going to hear about that today. So I hope you don't mind. But listen, let me just say something to you. I talk all day about things that are free and things that are crazy and good. Oh my goodness, and I forgot to change the... Oh my goodness, I didn't write down what our new quote of the day is. Can you believe that? How can I do that? Well, Jenny has it, and I don't even remember what it is. Where is that quote of the day? The quote of the week. I have a brand new quote of the week, and I completely forgot what it was. So you'll have to wait for tomorrow. Anyway, this one is still very applicable, and it is, if you are persistent, you will get it. If you're consistent, you will keep it. And we will talk about the new quote of the day tomorrow, because I just, you know, it's so funny because I have a usual Saturday thing that I do. I did not do that this time. So that's what happens when you get off your routines. Have you noticed that? Things just kind of go sideways. There it is. The secret to change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the new, but on building the new. There you go. Dan Millman said that. It's a good quote. I just don't have it written down. So you guys are just going to have to go with it, okay? Alrighty. So today, by the way, our store will be open. So if you have a store, if you have a code from the conference that you're trying to use, you're like worried that it's all going to expire, we're extending the code another 2 days because we did have to go offline to do this. Sometimes you go offline to do the things that need to get done. Have you ever noticed that? I know you have. I know you have. Because sometimes, you know, it's just like, I got to get this done. And what I'm watching right now is like in the sprint, in our sprint group right here on Facebook, I'm watching women, new women who are coming along and saying, you know, I want to do this sprint thing. They're committed. They're making their broth. They're taking pictures. They're posting them. What I have noticed in all of my years of doing this is that she who takes action and is all about it, posts about it, talks about it, actually does the work, is the one who's actually going to get the results. So there's a lesson there, isn't there? And we're going to talk about that, of course. We're out of these mugs. They're gone. They are gone. You guys blasted through those. But you know what's cool? Is we have a new mindful mug on the way. And you know what else we have? We have, it says mindful mug. It also says Pinkies Up cup. Yeah, and it's a different color. Everything about it's different. So anyway, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to share that with you. It should be in next week sometime, and I will share that with you. Don't forget though, you can still get beauty support. Boy, the numbers are going down. So you know what? I would just say you can go ahead and load your cart. I don't know exactly what's going to go on with that. I don't know if you can even go there with the cart, but let me just say this. 3 beauty supports in your cart will send you a 4th one free. 3, 1 for free. You just got to put it in there, right? The new, listen, Joanne, Joanne has like 10 of these. You're going to die over the new one. The new one is exciting and great. And what I've decided to do is every time they run out, we're going to get a new one. We're going to do new designs. Why not? That way we can have collections and it'll be fun. So, but what we do every week is we have a supplement of the week, and this one is beauty support. Massive, big time needle mover, because this is the supporter of your collagen. It also stimulates your own collagen production. My strong suggestion always is, because we're a 97% deficit in collagen, and our structures are all made up of collagen. So beautiful skin, yes, but also on the inside, your joints, your tendons, your muscles, you know, your fascia, everything has collagen in it. So if we have 97% of us have a deficit in collagen, isn't that make sense to put it in? We do that with bone broth. We do that with our perfect paleo protein. And we do that with this. This is a needle mover. I've got so many gals on this, they're hooked on this. When we ran out, you would have thought that I was taking their children away. You should have seen it. It was quite the thing. Anyway, mindful mugs will be in the shop next week. I can't wait to show them with you. Meanwhile, if you want this supplement, put 3 in your cart. You'll get the 4th one added free automatically, and ships free as long as you live in the United States is your promo code, so that it ships to you absolutely free. Don't you love that? That's what I have to say about that. Friday is Q&A, and if you saw yesterday's Q&A, good grief, we went an hour and a half. We had so many questions. So that was fantastic, though. Lots of information. And if you like to geek out on nutrition, there it is for you. There's plenty there. So all you have to do is write in, by the way, if you want your question answered this Friday coming out, all you have to do is send an email into support@savinggdinner.com, and in the subject line, write question for Leanne on Friday. It's that simple. And I will answer it. Unless it's really off the wall. And then in that case, then I'll call you out. All right. So, and of course, we start sprinting on Monday. This is the program Marla and I do, and we do this every single month. We do it together. She's got everybody in zone 2 in the kitchen, getting your kitchen all cleaned up, and it's time to get us cleaned up. The two go hand in hand. When we take care of ourselves and we start clearing the clutter out, I mean, what does your home look like when you get rid of the clutter, right? What does your body look like when you get rid of the clutter? How do you feel? I'm going to tell you, you feel a whole lot better. And clutter is more than just what you're sitting on. It's also the garbage that's between your ears. And it's also the inflammation that's holding you back from giving you the vibrant life you want to lead. It makes you feel crappy. And if you know what I mean, if you've had pain, you think, oh, it's just age, it's this, that, and the other thing. I say no to that. I don't have any pain. And I'm probably trump you on age. I'm 62, you know? I have no pain. I don't have any, you know, joint. I don't, everything, all the parts are mine. Everything on me is mine, you know? I haven't had any work done, except I did have a tummy tuck. I told you about that. I took off all that Shar-Pei skin when I lost all that weight. But there's a way around that. Before I knew about the way around that, it is called intermittent fasting, autophagy, which takes care of all that loose hanging skin. It's a fantastic thing to do along with collagen loading and dirty fasting. You know, you can say goodbye to all of that. I've shared with you about that over and over and over again. It gets rid of stretch marks, skin tags, cellulite, the whole 9 yards. It really is miraculous. It takes a minute. It takes a lot of consistency, but you know what? Hey, persistency will get you there, but commitment will keep it for you. Boom, drop the mic. I'm all about that. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about committing to the results that you want, because oftentimes what we say we want and what we're getting are two different things. And my friend Benjamin Hardy has a really good thing. He says that you're committed to the results that you're getting. How do you like that? The results that you're getting is showing what your commitment is. Because if we say that our commitment, I don't have a video on getting rid of excess skin process. No, I just have different things. I've done some teaching on that. If you're part of, Michelle, if you're a part of our Take Back Your Life or Hot Milk Club, I've done quite a few teachings on that. But anyway, let's get back to this whole thing about what are the results. Because results are what we're about, right? We say we want something and then we go about not doing it. Have you noticed that? We say, yeah, I'm going to lose that weight, or I'm going to get that job, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Fill in the blank. You know, we have loose lips sink ships. Have you heard that before? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that when you are plotting and scheming and trying to figure out your way around the jungle out there, and trying to figure out your best way to go there, sometimes we get paralyzed with the notion that until it's perfect, I can't move forward. Until I've got everything, all my ducks in a row, I'm just going to sit there and continue to do the research. And that's one of my big things, is I find myself in so much research mode. How about if I stop the research and get into the doing mode? Anyone? That sound familiar? And that's part of the whole carousel of crazy that we discuss here. We talk about the carousel of crazy because we've developed a lifestyle of seeking. Not doing, seeking. And then when something, you know, we try, for a minute anyway, and then the minute a little obstacle, a little bump in the road comes, boom, we're done, that's it, can't do it, doesn't work. I need a new guru. I need a new book. I need a new diet. I need a new piece of exercise equipment. I need a new, figure that, you know, fill in your own blanks. But you know what I'm talking about. It is a thing that we think if we can find the perfect solution, then everything is gonna fall in place, and no longer will we have this work that we have to do. No longer will it be hard. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If anybody here has ever had a baby, you're gonna know that that is not easy. It's not for a wuss. This is why God created women to have babies, by the way. I don't think men could handle it. Have you ever seen a man with a kidney stone? You'd think somebody was killing him. But I'm telling you, if you've gone from start to finish throughout a pregnancy, which usually can be very uncomfortable, and then the actual delivery of a child is not exactly fun and games. There's some screaming involved. There's some pain involved. There is some big time things happening there, and it is not pleasant. At the end, you get a pretty great result. There's that child, there's that baby, there's that little person that you've been carrying around for all that time. There is this incredible love that you have for all that work that you went through. It was worth it. At the time you're thinking, this is no fun, who did this to me? You're mad at your husband. You know the whole thing, right? If you've done this. But the commitment to, you have no choice on that. You've got it. This is what we need to do. We have to get the baby out, and this is how we get the result. This sweet baby. This is how we get what we want. This is how it has to happen. There is work involved. Well, the same thing is when we're trying to get from A to Z. The same thing is when you're trying to move a website from here to there. There's work involved, and it takes a minute. And you got to refocus, and you got to, we literally have to change the DNS, which means that we have to point the DNS to a new server. It takes a minute. Right now, as we're talking, we're doing its thing. So what's that doing? It's slowing down other things on our website, but at the end, the result will be great, because guess what? The end result, and for the users, is everything's going to be faster. Everything's going to be loaded up. We are cleaning things up that have caused issues in the past, that have, old things that have come up. We've cleaned up, scrubbed up, done all the things. And right now we're waiting. And nobody is more impatient than me to get this done, because I'm getting your messages saying, where is it? And that's why, by the way, we've extended the code for the conference goers for another 2 days, because we want to honor that. We get it, that's what happens. But if we commit to results and not just commit to a wish list, and wouldn't it be nice, and gosh, I want to have, and she has this, so I want to have that in comparison, and doing all the almost passive aggressive stuff instead of doing the actual work, there's results to be had. Because different results require a different level of commitment. And it means you go all in. 100% you go all in. And I will tell you this right now. Do you remember, for those of you who come on a regular basis and watch these videos, a few weeks ago I told you I made a big fat commitment that scared the liver out of me. I told my supplier, my manufacturer who lives in Ohio, and they're a small manufacturer, and all they do is manufacture for small little guys like me, right? I get to do the formulas, I get to work with the formulator, I get to do all the things, and I had a blast doing all of this. Well, they came across a problem, and the problem was they did not have enough bandwidth for small little guys like me, and I was getting bumped to the end of the line over and over and over again, till I finally did this. I made a phone call. I talked to the owner, and I said, what's it going to take to get up to the front of the line? What's it going to take? And he told me what it was going to take, and it was 10 times what I usually order. What did I do? Now, for a minute there, I had to, gather myself, take a big breath, and I recognized that in order for me to do what I needed to do to get what I needed, I was going to have to make a commitment that meant everything. That meant that I was going to throw all the resources I had and didn't have that I would have to create. I would have to throw everything I had into that. And I had to make a choice. How important was this for me? How important was this for my people? How critical was this? And that's when I said, I am all in. And when I hung up, I am not going to lie. I almost screamed because I was so scared. But you know what? Making a commitment is a scary thing. Ask anybody who's ever been married. Ask anybody who's ever had a child. Ask anybody who's ever made a big leap and moved somewhere far, or has done something that has been risky and hard. Risky and hard usually go hand in hand. But I'm not talking about just like, going to a casino and putting it all on black or something dumb like that. I'm talking about doing something and making a commitment to come along behind it so that not only is it you're talking about it, but you're not just giving it lip service. You're not just talking about it, you're doing something about it. That's what a commitment is. It is not just a bunch of intentions. It's not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's not just about, telling someone and whatever. It's getting your butt up off the couch and it's doing something about it. It's not having exercise equipment that has a bunch of clothes hanging on it. It's not having a bunch of stuff that's sitting there in your refrigerator rotting. It's not having a bunch of, I'm gonna, and then sitting there and going crazy on the research and never getting around to it. Zig Ziglar, if you remember him, I loved him. And I actually had the opportunity to meet him shortly before he died. He was such a lovely man. And when you said hello to him or whatever, he said, I can't remember exactly what it is, but he'd say, here's a round to it. And I said, well, what exactly is a round to it? And he said, this is how you get around to it, And it was just a little thing that said around to it. He loved it. I thought that was just the cutest thing ever in the whole world. He was just adorable. When I met him, he had fallen down the stairs and he had done all of his speaking engagements were now done with his daughter because he had sustained a brain injury. And so he could only remember certain snippets and certain little stories, but he was still lovely. He was still a wonderful person, but he was very adamant about one thing. And that was showing up in your life and making sure that you follow through on your commitments. So people ask me a lot, and I had this asked in questions when I was, where was this? On Saturday, like last Saturday at this time, we were actually doing the conference, which by the way is still available until Monday. Go to savingdinner.com/house. Don't forget about that because it's all right there. And Marla and I went through step by step of all the different things that needed to be done. But people have this whole thing about ooga booga. How do you set those intentions, and where's the magical genie? How does he pop out of the bottle, and how does this all happen? And don't you wish that we could just say, like, shoot up these, rockets of desire into the air, having them burst into flame? How perfect is that for the 4th of July, right? And just like, there it is. It's just there. It's not like that at all. It has work involved. There's sweat involved. There is tenacity involved. There is grunting through it and saying, I'm going to do it even though I don't want to. There is having this almost Navy SEAL, Green Beret type of an attitude of going in there and just like, grunting it out. And I'm not asking you to go out there and do a mutter race. I'm not asking you to go out there and just like kill yourself and for the rest of your life just be, eating nothing but greens and, a small piece of protein. I'm not asking you to even do that boring for the next 7 days because we've got delicious recipes. What I'm asking you for, though, is a commitment to 7 days. You wouldn't believe the questions I get. Oh, black coffee, oh my gosh. It's like somebody's, holding a gun to your head because black coffee, holy cow, am I going to do that? Is it really that hard? Is it? Is it really that difficult to make a commitment for 7 days to just do something different? To see, is this going to move the needle? To give up bread for 7 days? To double down on the greens and to do the work that might change everything? Is it that hard? It's not. Here's the thing that we need to do, though. Let's just buckle down to just some actionable things that we can do. The first thing we need to do is we need to remove the contradictions from what you're saying to what's actually happening. You got that? This is a simple thing. So if you're saying, I need to give up the car, I get it, I'm full of inflammation, I feel awful, yada, 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 I need to do this, then you need to do it. But here's the thing you need to do. You need to pull the plug from the thing that is holding you back. Do you have a house full of food that's actually going to hold you back? There's a bunch of carbohydrate stuff that's just expanding your belly and making everything worse. Because you guys want to know, It's that white belly fat that's around your stomach that is the most deadly and the most dangerous. It's full of inflammation. It's full of inflammation. Trudy says she loves black coffee. When I first changed over to black coffee, I had to make a full-on commitment. I was just going to do that because I was done. Well, I had dropped the sugar in the coffee years ago, but I had cream. I had to have half and half. I had to. There was no negotiating on that. But what flipped it was my attention. What flipped it was my attention. Do I want to keep this up? I'm covered in rosacea, mind you. Do I want to keep this up? I have plantar fasciitis, mind you. Do I really want to keep up this cream in my coffee? Is it worth it? I had 3 huge nodules on my thyroid. All of this was inflammation screaming at me. I was over 200 pounds. Do I want to keep this up? That's what was holding me back, because that was an excuse into the next thing, which was all the cheese. That was an excuse into a little carbohydrates here. That was an excuse. It was an excuse. And not being able to do black coffee is just a decision. You know, I decide I can't do black coffee, or you can flip it and say, I decided I can do it, or I'm going to change it, or whatever. It's one thing. It's a simple thing. You can do it. You know, dairy is inflammatory, Julie. Dairy is inflammatory for most of us, and it causes all kinds of problems. And I did a 30-day challenge on myself. I did it on my mom. I've done it. I'm doing it now with my brother. Get rid of dairy for 30 days. Get rid of the gluten. Get rid of all of that. Focus on the greens. Focus on proper hydration. That means you're going to get electrolytes. That means you're going to get fiber in. That means you're going to be drinking enough water, half your body weight in water per day, or fluid, I should say. That means that you're going to start getting in the exercise and the movement that you need. That means you're going to be sleeping. What we're trying to do is cool the inflammation, bring it all down, and start living our lives. And I will tell you this. Watch what happens after 30 days. Watch. It can change your life. They wanted to give my mother double hip replacement surgery. Guess what? After 30 days, the pain was gone, and they didn't give it to her anymore. They said they wanted to still do it because I'm sure there was still damage. And she did not say a nice word to that doctor. Her last parting words to him, I can't repeat. Seriously, my mom was feisty. So what are we going to do? How are we going to get to this place from our loose lips that are sinking ships, right? Loose lips sinks. What is that? How does that go? How are we going to get to this place of dismissing all of this, lip service, and go to the place of real, true commitment? Well, we're going to remove the contradictions. If we say one thing, we need to stay with it. We can't do that if we're sitting there and saying, I'm going to do this, and throwing a donut down on our face. It's not going to work. There's a contradiction right there. So get rid of the contradictions. If you have an exercise machine that has clothes on it currently, take them off and start doing 10 minutes a day. Commit to that. Tell somebody about it. And the research shows that when you investigate, you know what happens? When you investigate what it is that's going on in your life, you can see where everything is. You can start seeing, is what I'm doing creating the results that I want? If it's not creating the results that you want, you're not doing the things that you need to do. There's your contradiction right there. So invest in yourself. Do the work in yourself. One of the things that we have is this. It's called Take Back Your Life. It's a journal. It's a goal planning journal. And here's what it looks like on the inside, right? In it, you're starting your day with gratitude, intentions. This is where, right here, this is where you put all of your self-care appointments for yourself, like your workouts and what have you. You've got notes on your journal for just how the day is going. This is to be in touch with yourself. And then at the end of the day, course correction, because guess what? We're not perfect, and we're not going to be perfect, but we can be excellent. And as we look and make an examination and analysis of our day, we can do that. We've got those on savingdinner.com/journal. Go take a look at it if you want to see it. With the journal itself, you can get it in just a PDF. You also can get the workshops that go with it that teach you how to use it. And this again, yes, you did. You got the PDF from that conference, and it's gold. You know, this is years and years of my own research that have put this together, and it works. Because if we can take our 90-day goals and have that be the vision for ourselves in the end of 90 days, can you imagine what our lives are going to look like? So invest in yourself, invest in your tools, invest in what you're doing. It is the most amazing thing that you can do. You will actually see the needle move, not just between your toes, but in your life and the quality of the life that you want to lead. That's a big deal. Every action you take tells the story of your commitment or your lack of commitment. Your commitment or your lack of commitment. So if you're sitting there and saying, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then, oh, maybe just this once, I'm going to do that. Your commitment is nothing. You know, think about this. Think about you who are married. Think about your commitment to your spouse. Your commitment to your spouse is, you know, most everybody is till death do us part, right? Most everybody, it is to make sure that they're going to be, that fidelity piece is firmly in place. But if your commitment to your spouse is, well, maybe I'm just going to go make out with this guy over here. Well, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to kind of play with it, or I'm going to flirt, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about your actual commitment to your spouse? It means it's wavering. It means it's not firmly in place. It means that you're looking at other options. And I'm asking you for a 7-day commitment. 7 days starting on Monday. And right now, just go get it, savingdinner.com/sprint, print it out, read it, get a little highlighter, do one of these, and commit for 7 days. I would love you to commit for 30 days, but commit for 7 days to following it exactly. Instead of finding all the reasons you can't, instead of looking at that and going, oh, but can I have this and can I have that? Forget it. No, you can't. How about just committing for 7 days to exactly what's on the plan? This is a test, I believe, of what we're actually made of. Can we follow directions? Can we? Can we actually do this? Can we be committed to the results that we say that we want? I believe we can. Because every action we take tells the story of what our actual commitment is. So declare it and tell everybody. Get into the Sprint group on Facebook here and tell everybody, I am committed for these 7 days. I dare you right now, open up another tab, go into Facebook, hit the Sprint thing and tell everybody, I declare right now today that starting on Monday, July 6th, I am committed for the next 7 days to stay there all the way, to do the work that it takes in order to show and declare my commitment to this program for 7 days. 7 days. Number 2, start it and make this declaration with a date. Starting on Monday, July 6th, I am in it to win it. I will not waver. I am in it to be excellent. You may not be perfect, but if you're excellent and you're really working toward excellence and you are in the work, doing the work daily, watch what happens. Then do it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. Make the bone broth. Get the groceries. Do your prep so that you have it. Go take a look at the recipes and see how delicious they are. And don't whine, oh, I'm going to have to do all of this for my family. Give them the same food and throw a potato on their plate. They'll be happy. I promise you. It's not hard. So we need to see the visible for the invisible that's going on. Your commitment's an invisible commitment, right? But when it's visible, it's when you declare it. And when you know that this is something that you are going to do and that you're going to go all the way in, then every step that you take is one more step toward that goal. One more step toward that goal. And you know that you can do it. You can do the next thing. I love Elizabeth Elliot. If you guys remember her, I met her years and years ago. She's passed now, but she was a missionary. And when she was in Ecuador, her husband was speared to death by natives there who didn't understand that he was there for peacemaking things. And people always asked her, how did you do it? She had a little baby living in this hut. How do you do it? And she said, you do the next thing. And I always took that to heart. I read a lot of her books. I met her. She was a lovely, lovely woman, very committed to her faith, and to her God, to her family. And her whole thing was, she was a very no-nonsense woman. Her whole thing was, there's still work to do. You might still be in grieving. You might still be having a difficult time with fill in the blank, but there's still work to do. So if we can just look at, we have one thing to do, we have the next thing to do, and do that next thing, the next thing will come up after that. So think about that, and think about your life in that perspective. We all have difficulties. I'm not here to diminish yours or dismiss your difficulties or the things that, the obstacles that you have in your life. I am here to say, however, they can be overcome, and that if you're going to go into comparison mode, you can always find someone who's got it worse. Then review those goals daily. Review it daily. Get in the weeds. Read about it. Read about your commitment. Put out an intention that you fully intend to do this, that it's with all your heart and soul that you are on this. And then be accountable, for heaven's sakes. That's what Body Clutter Buddies are all about. And ask anybody here who has a Body Clutter Buddy. It elevates it to the next level. And we have the opportunity to do that. To me, that's a gold star. You get to put gold stars on it because you're taking it to the next level. You're asking somebody to be in your life. And you're telling them, this is what my heart is. You're telling them about the invisible commitments, and you're making it visible. This is how our lives become better, and our results become the ones that we really want. And we stop giving just lip service, and we start actually doing the work. I'm telling you this, that it's never simple, easy, whatever. I mean, it can be simple, right? What we have here is a simple plan. But easy, if you've been on like eating a bunch of garbage and doing, things that just don't show up, and you've been Netflix binging and everything, it's not going to be easy for you. So what? Are you willing to do the work? Listen, if you've ever decluttered a house, if you've ever had a baby, if you've ever done something difficult, if you've ever committed to something and pushed through, even though it was the hardest thing in the world that you've ever had to do, then you can do this little 7-day plan. It's that simple. 7 days, full out, doing it all the way. Pinkies up. We commit. That's what our little pinkies up thing is. It's a commitment to ourselves. It's a commitment to our communities. Because we're in this together. We do better together, don't we? So, that's all I have for you today. That's enough, for heaven's sakes. I've been flapping my gums forever. But you know what? I will tell you this. I believe in this program, and I believe in you. And that's what makes it work. Together, we're better than just alone. We are together. And together, standing as a community, we get the work done. Marguerite said, pickles up. Pinkies up. Pickles and pinkies up. Punkles up. Punkies up. Denise, I love it, you guys. Typos and all. Pinkies up. We're committed. We're doing this. Are you with me? I believe you are. Peace be with you. I will see you tomorrow.